everyone, welcome to Bird Brain Gaming. I'm starting a new series on coin hunting and silver hunting as well. I'll be looking for key dates on various coins, error coins, rare coins, silver coins. I'll give you the basics of how to look for them, how to sort through them, where to find them. I'm going to be starting on dimes. You don't need much money to start this hobby. If you have $5, you could start it. And you could just get one roll from the bank. Go to any bank. You don't even need an account. And most banks, or if not all, you don't, if it's under, I believe, $100, you won't need an account. So just pick up a roll and sort through it. So let's get started. So right here I have $50 in dimes. I know there's a national so-called coin shortage going on, and the banks can be a little reluctant to give you coins, or at least a box of them. But you can always ask. Some banks will give you. Sometimes they'll ask a reason. You could just give them any excuse. Normally I would tell them, you know, it's a hobby for the kids, or I'm a coin collector, such and such. The box of dimes is $250. If you don't want to start on that, you can always start with $5 coin rolls and just sort through them. It's best if you do buy the boxes of any coins, quarters, pennies, whatever, nickels, half dollars. Designate yourself a drop-off bank, meaning if you go to several banks, don't return the box that you picked it up. Set a bank that you're dropping off those coins, one bank, because some banks may get, you know, a little annoyed because they went through the trouble of ordering the boxes for you, and you want to keep a good relationship with the bank staff and the managers if you're going to make repeat visits to pick up more coins. So I do have my own drop-off bank where I just drop these off and get my money back, and I'll use that money to order new boxes at other banks, branches, and so on. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I do to search coins. So let's start off with one roll. So if you don't have yourself some coin wrappers of any kind, you could get these at dollar stores or any discount stores. They're really cheap. I mean, you should be able to get them for $1. If you don't have any, it's alright. What you do is you recycle these. What I do is I cut a snippet here, right? You cut one snippet with scissors, and then you move down, not halfway, but just before halfway, and do another snip. Then you could peel it back. Right, you peel it back, and it's alright if it tears a little bit. Just give it a slow peel back. Then you just start pulling out and pushing from the other end. Push it downward. If it's stuck, it's okay. Just give it another snip and snip. I always do this when I first started doing this back in 2015. I used to just rip them all, and I wouldn't have enough wrappers to put them back to return to the bank. So I started doing it this way. I would just peel them all out from this, and you try your best to push it down. Okay, you push it down and keep peeling them all out, and I'll show you how to reseal it when I'm done with this roll. Alright, all the coins are out. Now what I'm looking for You're always going to get Roosevelt dimes. But keep your eyes peeled for Mercury dimes or any dimes that are pre-1965. Meaning any dimes 1964 and older are the ones you want to keep, because those have silver in them. And those are worth more than 10 cents. And you can always go through your pocket change, your purse, your wallet, your coin bucket, anything that you throw your coins in, just sort through them. So the Roosevelt dimes here replaced the Mercury dimes and were first minted in 1946. Designed by John Sinek to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which we have right here. That's Franklin D. Roosevelt, alright? Any dime 1964 and older is what we want to look for. Also, there's a lot of key dates. Key date dimes or any coinage means they were low minted and may have more value. For example, any coin that is after 1965, which is no more silver, you still want to check online. I'll give you one example. If you see any coin that has there's mint marks of S for San Francisco, P for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and D for Denver, Colorado. That's where they were minted. And each place minted different quantities. Some were very high and very common, some were very low, which means the value of those dimes may be $2, $3 for that one dime or more. They have silver proof dimes, which were normally ordered online, that were much later, like the 2015 silver proofs or reverse proofs. Sometimes they slip into circulation, and you do want to keep your eye out on those. So in this case, these dimes right here, after 1964, starting in 1965, when they were no longer made in 90% silver, they were printed in copper nickel alloy, which made the value of the dimes much less, so that they could print more of it. So I'm going to sort through these for you, and I'm going to see if anything interesting pops up, and we'll be right back with that. Alright, so I sorted the first row. I found some interesting ones. A couple of these don't have mint marks, so it's most likely from the Philadelphia Mint. But I found these two here with some odd coloring on it. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, the coloring is odd on these. See if I can get it better. Now, I don't know if it's weathering or what, or just error struck on the plating. 2017. It's recent, but both sides have it. So I'm gonna hang on to this for now. I'll hang on to these two and I'll dig in a little bit more on them. I just sorted out the ones that don't have mint marks. I mean, they could mean nothing. I'll check for any errors on them. So whenever you hold coins, you always want to put coins back. So I have 6 here. I just sorted through my bucket of change and I just took 6. So what you do is, if you want to reseal this, make sure it's full and equally $5 worth. Alright, so it's ready to be sealed. So what you do is, I'm just move these. If you have Scotch tape or any other tape, that's what you use. Rip off a little piece. And you put it right on the part that you ripped. Right at the tip. Press it on, and you just curl it around. And there you go. It's resealed and ready to bring right back to your drop-off bank or wherever suits you best. So one roll done. I'm going to sort through the other rolls and I'll return if I find any other interesting coins. Alright, so I just spilled out my second roll. And just by looking, it's not very hard to spot. If you have a good eye and you're familiar, it'll be a little easy to spot the silver. Can you see the silver on this? There's one silver here. Look at this one right here. You can tell by the edge. Now, the copper clad coins, these are for those that are unfamiliar. Alright, here's the copper clad. You see how it's reddish a little? Those are your more common dimes. Your more modern stuff after 1965. Look at this one. It has no red. Right? Here's the two together. One has red, the other doesn't. Your silver one on the left here, and your common on the right. So if it's 1964 and older, we'll know it's 90% silver. And I believe 10% copper. Let's see. Yep. There you go. Look at the year on this one. $1964. We got a winner. This is on my second roll. So this dime is not worth 10 cents, worth a little bit more. Where is this minted? Not seeing a mint mark. It's most likely a Philadelphia. Alright, so that's pretty cool. We got our first 1964 silver. Now I've been doing this since about 2015, so I've learned a bit to spot the silvers off the bat, but you still want to double check because a lot of dirt can be on some of them. It may have odd coloring from over the years, from being circulated so much. Alright, I'll be right back if I find anything else. Alright, so I just finished the second row. Sometimes when you put the coins in, it'll slide in sideways. In that case, you could use a pencil if you can't fit your finger. Use the eraser side of a pencil or a pen or your pinky and just stuff them in. Keep them flat. So I pulled out that silver coin you saw, that silver dime from 1964. I'll be checking out other rows and I'll be right back if I find anything interesting. Remember, you can always tape right around here and reseal it and move on. Alright, be right back. Alright, so I went over and went through all 10 rows. The 1964 was the only silver I found from 10 rolls. Now in some cases you may find nothing, or in other cases you may find more, or even dimes from other countries. Sometimes there'll be pennies mixed in. I sorted out just coins I want to double check from these rolls. I took them out, threw them in here, and replaced them with other dimes I have, regular modern dimes. So I'll go over these more closely at a later time. If I don't spot anything of interest, any error or something out of place, I'll just throw them back in my bag of dimes, my bigger bag of dimes. So it took about, I took a break, but it takes about 10 minutes or less to go through each roll thoroughly. You know, if you're looking at year, at where they were minted, it could be done, you know, pretty quickly. But I took a break in between. So, you know, finding one from these 10 isn't bad. And I've been doing this since about 2015. I just took a long break for the last 3 years. So what I'll do is, here's my silver bag from the years past from doing this. I'll just take my 64 dime, 90% silver, and throw it right in with the rest that I have. These are all a mix of nickels, half dollars, and dimes. I have no quarters yet, so I'm going to be focusing more on quarters moving forward. I'll go over this bag at a later time as well and show you the goodies I have in here. But this is just from doing this sort of thing from 2015 to about 2018. And then from then on I just took a break. So I'm just restarting what I was doing before and showing it to you guys. So now that dimes are done, on the next video I may do quarters. I have $50 here in quarters, and I might even throw in that same video my half dollars. There's $40 here. This is the half dollars I found at the bank when I went on the yard sales that day. They had more at the bank. They had another 50, I believe. I just didn't want to spend my yard sale money on it, but I can always go back. I might just dump these off at my drop bank and use that money, hopefully if they still have it, to get the rest. And then at another bank, I got $5.50 of half dollars. So in the next video, I'll be going over the quarters, the $40 in halves here, and the $5.50 here. Hopefully we'll find some 1964 and earlier, or actually 1969 and earlier half dollars. I believe the silvers stopped at 69 or 68, one of those 2 years. I gotta double check. But from 1964 and before, they were 90% silver. from 65 to about 69, they were 40% silver. So they still retain some value. But I'll be going more over that in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you all next time on Bird Brain Gaming. Later, everyone.